Alright, so in this video I just want to go over the basic steps of getting your motorcycle license and buying a used motorcycle. This is just based off of what I've been through the past couple of months. I live in the state of Texas, but I'm pretty sure this is also applicable to most other states. And a little bit of background about me. Prior to taking the MSF course, I have never driven or owned a motorcycle in my life. So yeah, to get your motorcycle license, the first thing you have to do is take the Motorcycle Safety Foundation's Beginner Riders course. And what that is it's just a 3-day course, usually taken over a weekend, and they teach you a lot of the basics about owning and operating a motorcycle. And to pass the class, you have to pass a written exam and driving exam. The written exam, I think it's about 100 questions long. It's really simple if you've been paying attention throughout the class. And the driving exam is usually the last day of the class, and the instructor just tells you a bunch of different maneuvers to do. I mean, the most infamous one is the box, where you do a slow figure 8 turn while maintaining your position within the box. Yeah, I'll probably make another video later providing more details about the MSF course. I'd also like to revisit the course just to try out some of the maneuvers on this bigger 650 bike. The bike I did the MSF course on was a small 250 dual sport. It was a Yamaha 250 dual sport, and it was really easy to maneuver. Okay, so once you pass your MSF course, they'll give you your certificate of completion, and you take that to the DMV, and that'll waive your riding portion of the exam, but you still have to take the DMV's own written exam in order to get your license, and that was something that I wasn't aware of. I mean, if you've paid attention and you pass the written portion of the MSF course, you should do okay in the DMV course. But I will say that there's a couple really specific questions about alcohol level that you may want to look up online or refresh yourself on, because those caught me by surprise. But yeah, after you pass the DMV's written exam and you hand over your certificate of completion, they'll issue a temporary license, and your official license will be mailed to you in about 2 weeks. Yeah, so the other thing you need to legally ride your motorcycle is your motorcycle insurance. And for me, that came out to be about $250 every 6 months. I'm 27. I ride a 2007 SV650, so you can kind of get a grasp of how much it may cost you based off of that. As far as selecting a bike goes, or buying a used bike, like I said in this video, I'm not going to go over which bike you should buy, because that's really a personal preference. But if you buy a new bike from a dealer, they'll handle title and registration. But if you buy a used bike from a private owner, that's something you have to do on your own. So I bought this bike used before I took the MSF class. I didn't want to ride it illegally without my license, so what I did was I just rented a U-Haul, picked it up, strapped it down, and brought it back here. It was about a 2-hour round trip, so it wasn't too bad. But the first thing I did after I got my license and my insurance for the bike was I went to the local tax office, and you have to get your bike registered, and you have to have the title transferred to you. And the documents you need for them to do that is the title from the previous owner, and they may or may not ask you for a bill of sale. That was something that I worked out with the previous owner. The bill of sale is just a piece of paper with you and your previous owner's signature And it also states the make and model of the bike and the mileage and the VIN and how much you agreed to pay for it. And the tax office will charge you for the title based on how much you paid for the bike. So, I mean, if you want, you can list a lower price and have the previous owner sign it, but that's probably not the most honest thing to do. So yeah, once you get your bike registered and titled, and you have your license and insurance, the last thing you have to do is get a state inspection. So that's the same procedure as what you would do for a car. You just bring it to a Jiffy Lube or whatever local automotive store is around you, and they should be able to inspect the bike. Well, for me anyway, they ask me to just start up the bike, make sure it runs, start and stop, make sure the brake lights work, tail lights work, the turn signals work, the headlamps work, and they'll just give you a new sticker if your bike passes all their criteria. But yeah, so that's about it for getting a motorcycle and being able to ride it legally in the state of Texas. And like I said, it may not apply to every other state, but it should be similar to what I went through. So yeah, I hope that helps somebody out there. And if you have any questions, just leave me a message. Thanks.